Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Croft Studios here, and I'm here with a Lego Ninjago MOC. Yes, I am back with another one, and I've thought of some ideas for the next one, and I think I have a good idea of what I'm going to make. So let's just get straight onto this one. This is the Caves of Despair, and I decided to make this MOC instead of the Ronin shop due to the fact that I haven't made one Skeletons MOC yet, and Skeletons has been out since 2011, so I really thought I should make one of these. I'm probably not going to make any other skeleton MOCs since they made most of the other things in the sets, but this is one of the only sets I really thought that could maybe use a set or something like that from the skeleton seasons. So yeah, we're going to get straight onto the set. So here are the minifigures I included with the set. So I included Kai and Zane right here, and I included Kai because he's the one who basically pulled out the, or he didn't really pull out the scythe, but he tried to use the scythe against the skeletons. Then you got Samakai in the middle there with his 4 golden blades, and you also do have 2 skeletons on the right hand side, which is cool. So let's go on to the actual set. So we're going to start off with the actual Caves of Despair and move on to the tall type of tower thing later. So there's a lot of features involving this part of the set. So we're just going to start off with the actual cave part over here. You can see I used the Earth Dragon's mouth right here, which basically held the actual scythe, and you can pull out the scythe if you didn't know. Basically, just by pulling it out like that, you can see what that looks like, and you can have Kai hold on to it or whatever, whoever you want to. And you can see the caves on the inside there have some small details and stuff in there. Not really too much going on the inside, but there's a nice little feature over here. So basically, if you remember from the show, they basically pushed a rock open to get to the inside here. So basically, you just kind of pull this right here, and it opens it up to the inside. You can see what that looks like. It's just a little hole right there, so the ninja can climb through there and get to the scythe, which is a nice little feature I added. You can see what that looks like right there. Then I also included a little crate right here, which includes some TNT in there. On this side, you can see it's just more rocky structure and stuff to kind of put a border around this area where the scythe is. And then you can see there's basically a rail track right here. A thing I added right here next to the rail track is basically a small weapon system for the skeletons. I know it wasn't really from the show, but I thought I'd add it, and I thought it'd be a nice little add-on. For the set, you can see there's some flick missiles right there, and then there's also some spring-loaded shooters you can fire at stuff. Maybe you can fire it at the cart, which is basically this little thing that goes by on the track. You can see it looks like I just put some rocks and stuff in there. You can see how basically I put that together. It's a pretty simple design right here. Basically just put it right there, and it's a pretty nice little model right here. You can see how that works right there. It's very simple. And then moving on over here is where some nice little skeleton area is, where basically you can put your skeleton minifigs. You can put your skeletons up here on these little rails and stuff like that. It's made out of bones and stuff. There's a nice little catapult right here as well. You can basically fire that. Very simple as well. Then another small feature right here is basically you can just kind of flick this up with the TNT right there. You can see what that looks like. It's pretty cool looking right there. You can see what that looks like again. Let's just do that. And then another feature on the side is basically you just push this back. It's a pretty cool feature actually. You just basically press this. It didn't really work that time. Basically just fire it, and most of the time it crashes, but it's kind of fun to push this thing. I've had it go on complete tracks over to the end before. It's basically just a thing to push the cart. So pretty simple feature right there. And then another small thing I added to this main model as well is on the back right here. You can see there's some stairs that lead up to this area where the catapult is as well. It's very sturdy. And then there's also a weapons rack back here, which was made by my brother Valor. But you can see what that looks like right there. It's kind of hard to get out, but you can see how it just basically sits in there. There's some weapons on there. So it's a nice little design right there. So let's move on to the second model of the set. So here's the second model in the set right here. You can see it's a very tall tower. These were in the show if you didn't know. You can see I used a lot of Technic to hold this thing up. It's a nice design at the bottom with basically an octagon right there, which is pretty cool looking. You can see the design at the bottom is pretty well held together. And you can see there's a ladder going up to the top right here. You can also fold it up if you want to, basically by just doing this. You can fold it up to the top so nobody can get up there. And basically this is a nice little area for Samakai. If you remember from the show, Kai basically went up there with the other ninjas, and they were on top of the roof, and they basically snuck under and took the map when Samakai wasn't looking. You can see I put a little cape up here, which is nice. A little, basically supposed to be a little doorway type of thing for the entrance. You can see there's a lot of bones and stuff on the outside here. Looks pretty nice in my opinion. You can see there's a skull detail on the side there, which looks pretty cool as well. Moving on to the side, you can see it's mostly tan and stuff for the detailing. And you can see the back right here has some more bone details and stuff on it. Nice looking right there. And then there's also an inside to this, obviously. Basically, you just lift this top part right here. You can see what that looks like. Very simple feature. And then on the inside, there's some nice things in there as well. You can see what that looks like. There's a map in there. There's a nice little area where you can just basically set Samukai and he can stand there. There's also some lights in there. You can see those clear pieces. Look pretty cool as well. So I think it's a nice little area for Samukai to go into. I'm going to put Samukai in there right now, basically. You just take the minifigure. You can just set him inside there. Fits nice and snug. See what that looks like, Samukai. Just goes on the inside, close up the roof. You can just kind of open this up right here if you want to. You can see it kind of broke right there. It's a little unsturdy because it's a very small model, but you can see the inside right there, what Samukai looks like in there. So I think it's a nice little model, and it definitely looks like the thing, basically the tower from the show. So yeah, that's basically it for this model. Let's move on to the end of the video. Also, a small model I included with the set is basically a crate for Kai to hide into. If you guys remember this from the show, all the ninjas hid under one crate, but there's not really any crates that are big enough to put 4 minifigures under, nonetheless even one. So I made this basically small design for Kai to hide under this crate if he wants to, so you can hold on to it and basically try to like crawl around and hide under it. So that's a small little design that I made. Alright guys, so that's basically it for this MOC. I hope you've enjoyed. I know this Ninjago MOC wasn't great in my opinion. I think it's an okay Ninjago MOC. But I think it has a lot of nice playability features and stuff, and I also haven't made a Skeletons one yet. So I really wanted to make a Skeletons MOC, so that's basically why I made this one. So I'm not sure what you guys want to see next. Just comment down below. I'm not doing Preeminent no matter how many times you guys comment. That's way too big of a model to make. Not doing it, guys. But just give me other suggestions you guys think would be at least remotely decent to make, and I could actually make something not ridiculous in the comments below. Just something I could actually make into like a play set, kind of like this one, or maybe like a vehicle or something that I normally make. So just leave those down below. So yeah, I hope you've enjoyed this Ninjago MOC review. Make sure to comment and subscribe.